Hey guys, I want to give a quick shout out to the sponsors of the channels, Dueling Guard, Sleeve Chief, and Imperium Duelist. Check them out in the description box down below and use code SAKO for discounts on all of them. Hey guys, Lucas Sacco here. Today I'm showing off some of the new decks that are in Duad. Today we're looking at Lunalight. This is one of the more anticipated decks of the format. This deck didn't really do that much in the OCG on release. If you look at the past couple of weeks though, especially in Taiwan, I believe it just won one of their events. This deck's starting to gain a lot of popularity. One thing that's going to be really important for the TCG, specifically for the OCE region, as well as the NAWCQ and some of the nationals over in Europe, is the fact that we are basically playing some of our events with DUAD before the K9 cards comes out. That's a format that the OCG basically never got, because they got their K9 cards right before, or like around the same time that they got this set. So we're basically in uncharted territories, and there are some new decks that we need to take into consideration when choosing what deck you want to play for this upcoming format and for this national season. Let's go ahead and start off with some of the one card combos here. This is with just one gold Leo. We're going to go ahead and start off normal summon gold Leo, use the effect. We're going to add Yellow Martin and then discard it, and then we're going to trigger the effect of Yellow Martin because it was sent to the graveyard for a card effect. So I'm going to add Lunalight Masquerade, another new card here. We're going to go ahead and activate that, use the effect of it to send a Silver Hound from our deck to the graveyard, and then Silver Hound will special summon Kaleido Chick from our deck. We're going to use Kaleido Chick, sending for cost a black sheep from our deck to the graveyard, which is now going to trigger the effect of Gold Leo because a Lunalight was sent to the graveyard. We're going to go ahead and add that back to our hand. Now that we have the black sheep in our hand, we're going to go ahead and activate the effect, send it from our hand to the graveyard. We're going to go ahead and add a Polymerization, and we're going to slam that on the field, fuse away our Gold Leo, our Kaleido Chick. We're going to make a Perfume Dancer. From there, we're going to go Chainlink 1, Perfume Dancer, Chainlink 2, Kaleido Chick. It's going to add back our Polymerization, and then Perfume Dancer is going to go ahead and add our Lunalight Perfume from our deck to our hand. We're going to activate that, special back our Kaleido Chick. Cool thing about Kaleido Chick, it's not once per turn. For whatever reason, this is a soft once per turn card, so we were able to activate it every time we put it on the field. We're going to go ahead and send a Leo Dancer from our extra to the graveyard. It's going to help us play around Nib a little bit while doing that. And then we're going to go ahead and activate a Yellow Martin here to go ahead and bounce our Masquerade to special summon itself out. We're going to go ahead and overlay those, make a Tiger King, and then use Tiger King effect to go ahead and set a Tenki from our deck. We're going to flip that up, which is now going to add Lunalight Tiger. This card is also very similar to Kaleido Chick in the fact that it is a soft once per turn effect. So every time that we activate a Tiger from our hand, it is a new Tiger, and we can use this effect to special from grave again. So we're going to go ahead and activate that Tiger. Now we're going to use Tiger to now special summon a Gold Leo from our graveyard. We're going to use the effect of Perfume Dancer, the other effect, to go ahead and bounce the Tiger to our hand now. And then from there, we're going to go ahead and link off Tiger, link off the Gold Leo, make a Cross Sheep. We're going to re-put our Tiger back down, use the effect this time to now target and special summon our Gold Leo. And then we're going to use the effect of Cross Sheep because a monster was special summoned to the zones it points to, and one of the zones it points to is a fusion monster. So we get to non-targeting special a level 4 or lower monster from our graveyard. With that, we're going to re-special back Kaleido Chick, and guess what? We're going to use its effect again, sending another Leo Dancer from our extra deck to the graveyard. And now we're going to activate Perfume. We're going to discard this Twilight Masquerade, or sorry, this Lunalight Masquerade from our hand to the graveyard, and add a Lunalight Wolf. This card is phenomenal, by the way. This card is one of the most insane cards that I have ever read. And the fact that it hasn't seen play until now is ludicrous. So we're going to go ahead and link away our Perfume Dancer, Cross Sheep, make an SP. We're going to make our follow-up board, or our like backup to our main board, which is SP Baguska, very strong board. And then we're going to use Lunalight Wolf to go ahead and use its effect to fusion summon. It's basically just Miracle Fusion, banishes monsters from your graveyard to make a Lunalight Fusion. So with that, we're going to go ahead and banish Perfume, Leo Dancer, Black Sheep, and another Leo Dancer to go ahead and special summon Lunalight Liger Dancer. And you might be asking, hey, isn't that card supposed to be in defense? Isn't there a Baguska on the field? Normally, yeah. The thing is that Liger is absolutely ridiculously broken. It says, must be fusion summoned with the above fusion materials. We did. We used Lunalight Leo Dancer plus 3 Lunalight monsters. And then it says, this card is unaffected by card effects except Lunalight cards. So your Lunalight cards can affect it. Your opponent's Lunalight cards can affect it, but Baguska does not have Lunalight in its name. So he is full good to go unaffected, do whatever he wants to do. It also says this card can make a second attack during each battle phase. If you look at his attacks, he's pretty big. He's 3,800, so nothing small. And then once per turn, quick effect, you can send one Lunalight monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, destroy all of your opponent's special summoned monsters. So off of this combo, we are getting a large amount of follow-up, because in our graveyard we've got a Yellow Martin, which is going to work with this Tiger that we have right here. We have our Kaleido Chick and our Golden Leo hidden underneath our Baguska, so those are going to work really well as well with this Tiger that we have down here. We have our Wolf in our Spell and Trap zone still, or our Pendulum zone, which is going to be able to fusion at the start of our next turn. Another phenomenal interaction there. We have this Silver Hound here. I didn't go much into this card's effects. It's basically summons one from deck, one sent to graveyard. But it also has another effect. This says when a spell or trap card or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard and one Lunalight fusion monster, negate the activation. That isn't live yet, but on our opponent's turn, when we do activate the Liger and we send a fusion monster from our extra deck to the graveyard, we're going to have that live. So this board, while playing around Nib and everything, is getting to an SP, a Baguska. That's already tough enough to deal with, right? A Liger, which is a Towers, 3,800, very hard to out in any deck, but also it's got a wipe with it. So once they do climb up and they get a monster that's strong enough or they find a way to out it, you're just going to clear their field. So they basically have to out it twice. And then we're getting a spell and trap negate with it. But that's going to be the board there, right? That is the one card combo. And there are some other boards, other variations you can make with this. With this exact same combo, if you want, you can also make an IP instead of this SP. So you can have Cross Sheep, IP, Liger, and Baguska. Same combo. The difference and the reason that I choose to play SP instead is because there's not that much extra deck room in this. And I think that optimizing the deck by cutting IP is definitely something to take into consideration. So I wanted to give you guys some combos without the IP. Moving on, I wanted to show you guys Tenki. Tenki is an incredible starter for this deck. It helps with the deck's consistency because it is a Beast Warrior deck. We basically get 3 more one-card starters in our deck, which is phenomenal, right? The fact that we get 3 bonfires just because they printed support for an engine that says Beast Warrior as its type is amazing. Now, normally, Tenki makes you lose to Droll. Just as Bonfire makes you lose to Droll, Reinforcement of the Army makes you lose to Droll. I'm going to show you how you can actually play through that Droll. But first, I'm going to show you what this Tenki combo can actually do. We're going to activate Tenki. We're going to add Fractal to our hand. Really funny, but Tri-Brigade Fractal is actually a 1-card starter for Lunalight. I'll go ahead and show you guys that now. We're going to pitch the Fractal, use its effect to now send a Silver Hound from Art to the graveyard. And then we're going to use the effect of Silver Hound to special summon Goldleo. Goldleo is going to go ahead and add a Kaleido Chick, and then we're going to discard any card from our hand. Doesn't really matter what we discard, we just have to send a card, that way we can keep our Kaleido Chick. We're going to go ahead and normal Kaleido Chick, send Black Sheep, and you guys just saw this a second ago. It's a little bit different because we don't have the Masquerade, but it's going to be a very similar board. We're going to use Kaleido Chick, send Black Sheep. Goldleo is going to add back our Black Sheep, and then we're going to activate it to go ahead and add Polymerization. I use a different art this time because this one's cooler. We're going to go ahead and activate Poly, summon Perfume Dancer, Chainlink 1 Dancer, Chainlink 2 Kaleido Chick to go ahead and add back that Poly. We're going to use Perfume, summon back Kaleido Chick. Now we're going to use the Kaleido Chick here to send a Leo Dancer. Sorry, that went a little bit fast. But in this variation, we're going to use the effect of Perfume Dancer to target our Kaleido Chick and bounce it to hand, and then special summon it right back to the field. This card says target one other Lunalight card you control, return it to the hand / extra deck, then you can special summon one Lunalight monster from your hand. So the same one that you bounce, you can just summon it right back, which is great because it's basically like we summoned a new copy of Kaleido Chick. So we're going to use that to go ahead and dump our Yellow Marten. We're going to link away the Kaleido Chick, link away the Perfume Dancer. We're going to make a Cross Sheep. Then we're going to use the effect of Lunalight Perfume to go ahead and banish it. Pitch our Poly. We're going to add Lunalight Wolf. Then we're going to slam the Wolf, use the effect to Fusion. We're going to go ahead and summon our first Liger right here, which is now going to trigger the effect of Cross Sheep. Special summon out the Kaleido Chick. Now we can use this Kaleido Chick to send another copy of Leo Dancer. We're going to use the Yellow Marten to bounce the Wolf to our hand to special summon itself. Now with both of our level 4 monsters, we're going to go ahead and overlay those, make a Gallant Granite, detach, search for Nibiru, because why not? This card's amazing. From there, we're going to go ahead and link off Granite, link off Cross Sheep, make SP Little Knight, and then because this Wolf is not a hard once per turn, we're going to go ahead and activate it again and Fusion Summon. So we're going to go ahead and banish all of the Lunalight names in our graveyard. So before that board that had a Baguska on it, in this combo, we chose to make a Lunalight Liger instead. So we have 2 Ligers now, which is now incredibly tough to out because they're having to not only out 1, but out 2. Not out 1 wipe, but out 2 wipes because this card is a soft once per turn as well. So you can use both of the effects to go ahead and wipe their field. But we also search Nib. One really cool thing with this board specifically is since we have SP and 2 Ligers, this SP more than likely is going to tag itself out to tag out one of your opponent's cards, right? And then when we activate Nib, our Liger is also unaffected by Nib. It's other card effects, not just your opponent's. So this Nib is going to tribute basically 0 of your monsters. It's just going to be another board wipe for your opponent that doesn't destroy it. So if you're playing against Malice and they're going into the Cyber's Wicked play, where they try to make all of their monsters not be able to be destroyed by card effects, they try to climb up to out your Ligers. Whenever you're ready, you just drop a Nib on them. You don't even have to use any of your Liger wipes or anything like that. You just drop a Nib whenever you're ready. Clears their whole field. And they have to retry to do it again, except this time they're having to play through 2 more wipes because you never used them, you know? Plus you have the SP here still. And this one, it does get rid of a little bit of follow-up, but I want to show you guys some of the different options and different things that you can do with this deck. I was talking about just a second ago about how this deck can actually play through Droll. pretty well with its Tenki combo, which is something that usually decks don't do. If they start with a card that searches, that's usually not a good sign. But in this variation, it does get you somewhere. We're going to go ahead and activate Tenki. We're going to add Fractal. We're going to assume our opponent has activated Droll and Lockboard, and that we are a little bit sad because we're not going to full combo, but we're still going to get something. We're going to activate the effect of Fractal, send itself to the graveyard, which is then going to resolve and send Silverhound from our deck to the grave. Silverhound's not going to trigger. We're going to special a Kaleido Chick from our deck here. Because we're Drolled, Golden Leo's not going to do anything. Let's go ahead and just summon the Chick now. We're going to use Chick effect. We're going to go ahead and send our Yellow Martin. Then we can go Yellow Martin targeting our Kaleido Chick to go ahead and bounce it to our hand, and then special summon the Yellow Martin from graveyard. And because we haven't normal summoned, we can actually just go ahead and normal summon this Chick. And we can use the effect of Chick to go ahead and send any fusion monster from our deck to the graveyard. Main reason we're doing this is because we want a fusion monster in graveyard, so the Silverhound negate is live. And then because we are no longer locked, Silverhound does provide a lock, but it's only while that one face-up monster is face-up on the field. Because we're no longer locked because the Yellow Mountain bounced our Kaleido, we're actually just going to go ahead and overlay. We're going to make a Bagooska. And this is going to be the end of your turn. It's not fantastic, but it's definitely not the worst thing ever, considering we're going to have 4 other cards in your hand. This deck does play a lot of non-engine. So we have a Bagooska with a Spell Trap negate, and they're going to have one less card in their hand because they discarded the Droll. So this is one thing the deck has going for it as well. It's always got this default play of getting to a Bagooska with a Spell Trap negate. If you're playing into a deck like Ryziel, if they don't exactly have hard drawn X'd, then it's really, really tough for them to get anywhere. It can't be Bonfire because we can negate that. Can't be Imperm plus a thing because we could just negate that, you know? And so this Bagooska is really tough to deal with and basically into every matchup. So that is it for the video. I want to show off some Lunalight stuff. Did want to give a brief announcement that we are doing another spreadsheet. Get a lot of positive reviews last time. Last one was the most successful one. And I think you guys really liked it. I will be posting the spreadsheet on Thursday this week. I'll put a link down in the description of this video. So if you are seeing this and it is... what is the day? The 26th. Yeah, I know how to use a computer. The 26th, if it is the 26th of, what month is it? June? Then the spreadsheet's already out. So you can go to the description, click on it, get all of the spreadsheets there. It's $15 per spreadsheet, or if you pay $30, you'll get all of them. So same thing as last time, pretty much. The 3 decks, it's going to be Lunalight, Vanquish Soul, and Onomot Ryziel. It's another deck that I think a lot of people have not really looked at, but that deck is absolutely explosive. It makes unbeatable boards. But hey, no matter what, whether you purchase the spreadsheet, just watch the videos, like them, whatever. I appreciate you guys. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you guys wouldn't mind leaving a like or a comment or subscribe to this video even, I really appreciate you. I hope you guys all have a fantastic day. Thanks. Bye-bye.